How do we offer support to victims of bullying? As adults, when we see kids who are being bullied, particularly our own kids, we become triggered. It's tough to stay calm and rational, especially if you've experienced any discrimination or prejudice. But your kids need you to keep things in perspective to help them stay steady and safe. Look beyond the surface to what might be happening underneath in terms of social dynamics and situational issues that your child might not fully grasp about the aggressor. Maybe their parents are divorced, maybe one of their parents died or is unemployed or struggling, or maybe they're struggling with academics. Help your child create a refuge and a system of self-soothing and a safety plan where they can recover and regroup. Having a safety plan to cope with these moments is the only way that's going to help get them through. And this safety plan might be in your house, at school, or with a close friend. You want to talk to the school and identify a caring adult who will offer support to your child and teen if they need a break. Let's see what some of you are saying. I've always encouraged my kids to look at the kids who are mean to them through the lens of compassion and tell them it has nothing to do with them. Most kids who are bullies have likely been bullied themselves or are hurting in some way. Their behavior, is a reflection of. Since bullies thrive on bystander complicity and victim passivity, we want to teach kids to learn to speak up for themselves as a key survival tool. It takes a lot of courage, but to calmly confront an aggressor. But that can be a very powerful intervention. What are some questions or phrases that your child can say in the moment? Can you do some role plays with them to practice these conversations, including how you would, talk to an adult, share information with an adult about a situation that isn't safe that you're witnessing? And that might be even just writing it down, not necessarily speaking to a person. We want to help our kids remember that they're not alone, but to point out who their true friends are and are making sure that they have times to get together with them. We want to brainstorm ways to ask others to stop gossiping or teasing them, or how they can leave an uncomfortable situation with some dignity. And lastly, we want to assist our kids in monitoring their own behavior, which could be provoking negative responses from others or be seen as aggressive in some way. So we want to be able to know in situations, we want to be able to help our kids notice, are they feeling uncomfortable? What are the choices that you have in that moment? If you are seeing someone being bullied, how could you sympathize with that target person? How would you feel in that situation? Is there something you could say at that time? Who can you speak to about a bullying situation that's a trusted friend or adult? It may be you, and you may need to advocate for your child. It probably will be you. Is there a way for if your child is in a group of people who are targeting someone, for them to befriend the targeted person, even in a small way, at another time? It's hard to name the thoughts and feelings when you're when you're being the target of bullying, because you are in fight, flight, or freeze mode, and often it's freeze mode. And freeze mode is, sort of, lots of different theories about it, but freeze mode is really a shutdown mode, and it's hard to do anything from that mode. You're just trying to endure to get to the other side. So we want to be able to help kids notice when something is starting, when a bullying thing is starting, and brainstorm what their options are to remove themselves, or if they're in a group and it's happening, what their options are to prevent the bullying, or to make a choice that actually is consistent with who they think they are and what they believe. Because telling is not tattling. Telling can be the right choice of someone who is in trouble, either in physical or mental trouble, because harm is being caused to them. You are seeing something happen to someone and you are reporting it. So we have personal responsibility, all of us in society, to be an upstander. Thank you, Michelle. And personal responsibility means sticking with your values, your empathy, and be able and having compassion. What prevents bullying, in particularly in terms of bystanders, is being clear about who you are, having a strong sense of yourself, being able to be a friend, having at least one good friend who's there for you, who reminds you that you have value and you're not alone in the world. So all of these things can be helpful in confronting in confronting bullying, in managing bullying, and adapting to it.